A Wall That Divides, based on a true happening. A short story written and read by Ed Radwanski. Miriam nudged me. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Dare we? Mwangi had stopped our Kenyan government Land Rover next to the closed gate of a wall compound, and we were peeking inside. I'm too old and fat, said Mwangi. I'll keep watch for the Skari. Go. Okay, why not? I laughed and climbed onto the cab of the truck. From there I hoisted myself to the top of the gate wall. Miriam followed, and I pulled her to me. We dropped down onto the fresh gravel road inside. Running past the partially constructed hotel, we shed our dusty, sweat-stained clothes, stripped our underwear, and dived into the glittering crystal water of a beautiful swimming pool. How bizarre, Miriam said as she floated next to me. God, how I missed bathing these last weeks. Yeah, we take a lot for granted. I splashed her, and she dunked me. Our fun came to an end with Bongi's whistle, and we swam for the edge of the pool. Wet and laughing, we gathered our clothes, pulling them on as we dashed toward the gate wall. I boosted Marion up to the top and followed her over. As Bongi pulled alongside, we jumped into the Land Rover bed. I pounded on the cab, and Wangi drove off. The guard shouted at us as we made our escape. Afterward, at our campsite, the three of us sat around a campfire next to our tents. We sipped our rationed water and took in the thousands of stars carpeting the sky. Hyenas howled in the distance while Marion huddled next to me, her wet blonde hair hanging limp. My report should please the government minister, I said. I've collected the information he needs to make his case. We can only hope they'll improve the watering holes we saw along the way, so the herders won't have to drink that foul green water anymore. That resort was unbelievable, said Marion. Out here in the middle of nowhere? Where do they get all that water? Deep boreholes. Expensive to dig, equip and maintain, I replied. Still, said Marion, I can't imagine anyone traveling the horrible roads for weeks like we did to get here. The resort, when finished, will have a runway for the airplanes, said Wangi. That's when the Watu majority, the rich people, will come from America and Europe for their safaris. A cough from the dark startled us. Wangi called out in Samburu. A woman with two children at her knees stepped into the light. She squatted to watch the two white people and their African guide. We looked at Wangi, he looked at us. We both nodded. We made room for them around the campfire and poured cups of stale, plastic-flavored Nairobi water from our jerry can. Excited, the children giggled and spoke to their mother. Wangi interpreted for us. They told her the water is the best they'd ever drank. Wangi shook his head as the woman explained. She tells me her children have never tasted clean water. Miriam sighed. And to think, on the other side of that resort's walls, there's thousands of gallons of clear, clean water. Life is so unfair. I say, and so it is, Marion. So it is. The end.